Hi, my name is Hannah Huffaker, and this is my final project for Chinese 208 or Chinese calligraphy. So today we're going to look at three different things. First, we're going to look at the four treasures of Chinese calligraphy, which was a topic we talked about in class. And then we're going to look at some of my specific calligraphy works that I have done myself. And then I'm also just going to give a brief reflection of what I thought of the class in Chinese calligraphy. So first, the four treasures of Chinese calligraphy. Chinese calligraphy has been around for hundreds of years, and it's definitely a beautiful art form. But however, without the four treasures of Chinese calligraphy, the artist's strokes and artwork would not exist. And these four treasures are brush, paper, ink, and an inkstone, with every single item playing a distinct role. So first, we're going to look at the brush, which is probably the most influential part of the calligraphy process, the key tool in allowing artists to tell a story with different strokes, characters, and movement. The brushes can be made of various animal hairs and often has different textures depending on the animal used. If an artist desires one type of stroke, they can use a soft goat hair, whereas if it's a weasel hair, the artist is most likely attempting to write a small character. Not only are the bristles of the brush precisely picked and placed together, but the handle is often a beautiful piece of work of art. They can be made from bamboo to metal to even gold, and the handle is often where the beauty of the instrument is shown. Ming Tian, a Chinese general, is credited with inventing this sacred tool during the Qin dynasty and is highly praised for his great accomplishment. And here you can see kind of what the brush looks like for Chinese calligraphy. So the second treasure is the paper, which we need paper to write on so we can be able to display the calligraphy and the art. Unlike the paper used in America, a rice paper is made from plants that have high fiber so that the ink can be absorbed and long-lasting. However, before this type of paper was invented, calligraphers used leaves, dirt, and other forms of flat surfaces for displaying their art on. And it was not until 105 CE that Calligraphy was able to make this specific type of paper according to sources. Today, artists can use many colors of paper and types depending on what area they're from or what is affordable to them. Here you can see the rice paper. Third, we have the ink, which is definitely the most intricately designed. It's made from soot and animal hide glue, and manufacturers must form these ingredients into a paste and then wait for them to harden into a mold. These dried pieces of ink are called ink sticks, and when mixed with water on an inkstone, form ink for artists to use. In traditional Chinese calligraphy, though, artists use only black ink, but they are able to make an infinite number of shades of black, giving each piece of art uniqueness. One of the biggest reasons calligraphers use this type of ink is due to its ability to not fade over time, and it makes it long-lasting, and so we can enjoy the art for many years. And here you can see a picture of some more modern ink, and this is kind of the type that we actually used in class, and we ordered online and used for our works. The fourth and final treasure is the inkstone, and it's definitely not the it's definitely just as equally important as the other three, even though it's last. The stones are made from solid and natural materials and are carved to allow ink to be held in that hollowed out part of the stone. Inkstones can range in size from a few inches to a few feet. The slightly grainy yet smooth surface allows the ink stick to be ground to form the ink, but it also keeps the correct wetness of the ink, so it does both. The inkstone in itself is a piece of art, and many stones are decorated with carvings of animals or other elements that are important to Chinese culture, making them ornaments of the art. And here we can see how this inkstone even has like a sculpture on it and lots of carvings, and it's just a beautiful piece in and of itself. So next, we're going to look at some of my calligraphy work that I was able to do in class and outside of class. First of all, here is a picture of some regular script that I did. This was at the beginning of the semester when my Chinese calligraphy was definitely a little rough. And this is when we were actually using water to write our characters, so they often faded. And we'll soon see the switch over to ink, which definitely increases the quality. So this was the first script we learned. And here is another piece of regular script that I did. As you can see, this one's kind of faded just because it was on with the water and the rice paper, so it definitely dripped out a little bit. And here's actually a piece, my first piece with ink, and you can see definitely the transition from the water to the ink and how much better quality the ink is, and you can definitely see the slow transition of my calligraphy getting better. Here is the seal script. This is the second type of script that we learned, and you can even see the differences between the regular and the seal. The seal definitely has more rounded edges, everything's very uniform and well put together there. Then next we have the clerical script, and here we learned how to do the goose tail and all kinds of things, the different techniques with that, and so there's that script. And then lastly, we have the cursive script, which is a little bit more free-flowing, and here I even was able to do not only just the calligraphy piece itself, but was able to write the date and my name, my Chinese name, which was really cool. And lastly, here's me with my favorite work, which is actually a piece of seal script. And I really like the seal script just because it's all uniform, all the edges are rounded, and it just has a really pretty and beautiful look to it. And then finally, we're gonna look at my reflection and what I think personally of Chinese calligraphy. So Chinese calligraphy is definitely a beautiful piece of art that has rich and deep and ancient history that makes it that much even more beautiful. The elegant skill and time that Chinese calligraphy requires makes it even more captivating to me personally, just knowing that people have trained many years to perfect their calligraphy, and learning Chinese calligraphy has also allowed me to practice patience and mental meditation while we do the scripts and just relaxing, while also teaching me the ornate manner of brushstrokes and calligraphy scripts. So it's been really cool just to be able to practice such a beautiful and elegant art. And it's definitely taught me a lot of patience, and especially when I got frustrated with characters, and just being able to relax and do calligraphy, which I hope I will do in the future. So here are my sources cited, and thank you all for watching my presentation.